Hey everybody, JCM here, and this time I got a bit of an unusual video here than what I normally post. You see, when I was a kid, I used to build plastic model kits like all the time. I wasn't very good at it. I didn't read any magazines or articles on how to build them well, so I just did my best with what I could figure out. But I loved them to death, and then somewhere in my teenage years I stopped doing it, and now in my late 30s I am returning to it and trying it again because I have missed it. And a few years ago I bought this model kit, the Bob Lazar's UFO, the Area 51 from Lindberg, and it's been sitting on my shelf collecting dust along with another one, the AE one with the landing gear on it. And I decided, I'm finally going to just get back into modeling and try it out and see if I can do it any better. And I just miss doing it. I miss the smells of the glue, the painting, the fun of it all. So here we are. And I went and got me a really expensive, well, yeah, it was expensive, toolkit. This was like a 50-something piece kit, and it came with a bunch of nice stuff. Especially in love with these sanding blocks. So, and that's not part of it. But the toolbox itself is actually a separate thing I bought to house everything in. So I got a bunch of new tools I've never even had before when I was a kid. So this is going to be fun. Yeah. Oh, is that right? I put my putty. Okay. So I had to spend a long time, about 2 months, getting all these paints because I don't drive, and so I had to wait and wait. I had to order all these paints off of Amazon, and they don't come from distribution centers. They actually came from actual hobby stores and stuff, so it took 2 months to accumulate just all that crap. And I mean, especially the tape. The damn tape came from a candy store in Japan, Sakura Mart. Have you ever heard of that? So that took an actual whole month to get over here. So go figure. And I'm still waiting on a couple of items, but it's not for this kit. It's for another one I want to do after this one. Alright, so this video is going to be about this one. I'm going to document me building it and putting it together. There's a couple things I have been tinkering with. I've been waiting for the paints and stuff to arrive. So I want to go over those with you first. So stand by. Oh, and I hit the tripod. One thing I want to go over with, first thing I noticed about these two hull halves is this bottom piece had like a bubble of plastic sticking up the surface, so I had to sand that down and sand it flush, and then I basically used, I think it was this sanding block. It has 3 sides, and I just buffed the crap out of that. Now that's about as good as I can get it, really. It's probably some minor scratching that I probably should deal with, but I'll work on that off camera. And so the idea is to build it with half of it unpainted. So I'm going to have both pieces half painted on the inside and outside. I'm thinking for the bottom piece, this disc area, this piece, I'm just going to paint that to help hide this weird spot. And I don't know if you can see these other parts. I don't know if that'll come through, but yeah, right there. There's 1, 2, 3 over here, right there. Yeah, I want to sand those too, because those aren't supposed to be there. And whoa, man, that's a divot. Okay, I'm not going to be able to do anything for that. That's a serious, like, dip in the plastic. It like literally dips into the plastic, so I'm not going to be able to remove those. Yeah, okay, so I'm stuck with that. Because I don't know how to fix that. So, and it is warm in here. I don't know why my AC isn't doing its freaking job. So, oh yeah, and the top piece is over here. The waveguide antenna is bent, and I keep correcting it, but it's still a little awkward. And I think the top is a bit, it's got some flare or something to it. Let me see if I can help it out. So, yeah, I'll mess with that later. But yeah, it's got like a permanent bend in it. Well, not much I can do. I'm just lucky I got this kit for 20 bucks, because now, you know, the cheapest one I've seen anywhere is for 50. I can't find another one for 20 bucks. So, go figure. Alright, moving on. For the top piece, I didn't do much. I just kind of tinkered with the surface here on top just to smooth it out. It's going to be hidden by this piece, so I don't really care. I was just bored one day waiting for all my paint stuff and tools to arrive, so I needed something to play with. So. And it's got the same things too. Yeah, right in the same spot almost. Huh. Well, you're not going to be able to see this much anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. So, alright, moving on. Okay, now I misread the instructions a couple weeks ago, and I thought the instructions said to paint the floor and everything here a gloss black, and so I went and got a can of Master Models Gloss Black, and I started on this side, and the paint it was just a mess. It just went on and splattered and spit it, and it was just horrible. Just horrible. So I sanded it down to a degree. At the time I didn't have the paint thinner over here. I finally got in the mail. So I'm going to be taking that to the stuff, and I later found out that Model Masters paints are oil based, and that's why it went on so goddamn thick and messy. So I'm going to have to go over this. I'm not sure, maybe paper towels or paintbrush or something with that thinner, and remove the rest of this and then smooth out this stuff. Make sure that's not visible. That's not supposed to be there. The hatchway is, though. I really want to preserve the hatchway. So, and that's on both sides. I'm lucky I started on this side, the other side, so I don't have to deal with this. So. Another thing I noticed is the reactor here. I tried to paint it with an enamel, and it just comes right off. I think it might have some cigarette tar on it. I don't know. This kit has been on my shelf for that long. But I also noticed that it doesn't go up high enough. I mean, this thing's, you know, this waveguide pole is supposed to go all the way into the ceiling, and it doesn't. You see that? It's too short. So I'm going to try and lengthen it to a degree with this piece off the sprue tree, and it's about the thinnest one I can find, and I'm going to add it onto the pole here and hope that it goes up far enough. I don't know if it'll reach this or not. I don't know if it's going to be long enough. But, oh man. That's the longest stretch I can find off the sprue tree, so that's going to be fun. And then with this piece, that's supposed to go inside one of the gravity waveguide things. The molding process was all borked out and it was messed up. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to use this or not, because I already ordered some paint for it. I was going to use it, but it's kind of misshapen. It's kind of weird looking. Not sure if I'm going to use it or not. So that's debatable right now. And so that's about it. So I gotta go and clean this up and get it, get as much of that paint off as possible, smooth it off, and then for the entire interior we're going to use this. The instructions say to paint it silver, but according to Bob Lazar himself, he mentioned that the entire inside was one color. It was akin to dark pewter.
At the time, you having a firm knowledge of the periodic chart and knowing what was real and what wasn't real, what was your reaction to having this stable element 115 that wasn't even supposed to exist?
Well, everything was impossible.
Right.
I mean, down to the metal. I did get a chance to look inside the craft on only one occasion, and this was important because where the reactor sat might have been critical to how it operated, since everything operates without any interconnection, so the placement of components might be critical. So they allowed me to go inside and look at it. Again, I forgot where the hell I am.
So you're going into this craft, and what are you thinking when you're inside of it? Like, what are you seeing?
It's a very ominous feeling because there are no, first of all, everything is one color. It's like a dark pewter color, and there are no right angles anywhere. It's as if somebody took, I've said this before, somebody took a model and fashioned it out of wax and then heated it just for a short time so everything melted. Everything looks like it's fused together. Everything has a radius of curvature where two items meet. It's a really weird looking thing, but there was almost nothing other than a small foldable hatchway that looked recognizable. Everything was really unworldly, to pick on it, a way to describe it.
I couldn't find anything actually pewter color, but after cross-referencing this cap to images of tarnished pewter stuff, this looked the closest. And to be honest, I'm actually kind of dig this color. It's actually 1253 graphite gray metallic, and it looks really nice. So the floor on both sides, all the furniture here, even the reactor, and the inside of both halls, especially all this, and half of it's going to be painted. Let's see which way. Let's see. So the doors are going to be that angle, I think, right here. So probably this way. So probably that way. So one side is going to be painted, all of it, all the archways, this stuff, and even this on one side, and then just the archways on the clear side. Now for the inside, I'm not sure if I'm going to use primer or not, but for the outside, I definitely want to use primer. So I got this gray primer here. So. And then for the outside, for all the silver, I got this, I don't know if you see it, 1246 gloss metallic silver. So this is a nice silver. I like this. So we're going to use that. So let's see, anything else? Yeah, now that'll do it for now. Let's move on. I'm not going to paint anything today. Whether a side is questionable, I'll have to mess around on another day. So this whole project might take a couple of days. Oh, and I also got 2 lacquers. I've never used lacquers before, but I want to use it to help protect the paints and the decals to help keep them from getting scratched. So yeah, so we're going to use that, and I got both gloss and regular clear. So we're going to see how well that works out. So did I get my gloss black? Yeah. Okay. So I still have gloss black spray paint because one of these bands, the top one I think, has to be gloss black all the way around. So asking for fun. Alright. A couple of things first. Here's what that metallic silver looks like. And I just dropped the box. Yeah. So now I've been experimenting on this kit. I kind of accidentally messed it up because I decided to try and sand out the dimples that these pegs and peg things were making, and it I didn't clean it up enough. You can still see the sanding marks. So now this has become a sacrificial platform to experiment on. So yeah. So I've been experimenting with different ways to maybe buff the paint a little bit, give it a much more realistic metal finish, and for some reason this looks kind of cool. I like this, but I can't recreate it on the opposite side anywhere. I've tried buffing it the same way and it won't, you know, I can't repeat the process. So I don't know. I guess I'm not doing that. I did it on a little bit on the bottom side here, and it kind of came out pretty neat. So I did half of this. So I don't know. And if you guys know anything, any better techniques or something, let me know. But yeah, I couldn't even see these sanding marks until I put the paint on, and I thought maybe if I put the paint on thicker, it would bury them, hide them, but they didn't work. So I gotta be really careful when it comes to scratches and stuff. And that's what also made me go and get primer paint for this project, to help see flaws and stuff that I can fix before I put the permanent paint on and mess it up. So this kind of taught me some stuff, and so I'm happy with that. It wasn't a total waste of money. That's alright. There was 20 bucks, and I was able to get a second one that's still in plastic wrapping. So we'll build that one later.